This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield and his better half, Marney Winfield.
Corey, this is Karen Arnold with probation. It's about 10 to 3, and I need you to give me a call back, let's say by tomorrow, 5 o'clock. I will also send you an email. Thank you.
What's that about?
Ruh-roh.
It's the 26th of June, 2021. That's what that's about. It's 217 Recovery Podcast. My name is Corey Winfield.
My name is Marney Winfield.
Yeah, that happened. I was my probation officer. Sounds bad. I was on probation. And that's kind of what started me on the right path. Believe it or not. But yeah, Karen was pretty cool. Like, she would let me email her back. And she allowed me to, I was still on probation in Berrien County, but I was allowed to live at a sober living home in Boyne City. Mm-hmm. So she didn't have to do that. She could be like, nope, you finish rehab, you get back here. Which I kind of did. I had to go back home for a hot minute and then see her and check in and then head back up to Boyne City after I got my car and stuff like that. So yeah, she could have been not cool about it. But the fact that she let me do what I needed to do for my recovery, it says a lot, you know, and probation officers, parole officers sometimes get a bad name, but you got to think, man, they've heard it all.
They have a tough job.
How much BS is thrown at them, especially probation officers. I think it's worse for them than parole officers.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
And just the lies and the stories and the blah. And you obviously work at a place and you've heard some things, but I bet these people are just over it. Mm-hmm. And they have the power to put your ass in jail too. So it's kind of like, all right, dude, you don't want to do that, then okay, yeah. No, but tired of your excuses, man. Like, tell it to the judge.
Right.
I think that's where that saying came from. Probably not, but it sounded like it would fit in my story there.
Yeah.
So I give myself props. Failed to mention when I introduced myself, which I kind of want to do it all over again, but we'll just keep going with it. My name is author Corey Winfield.
Author now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I am author of a best-selling book that is going to help the world and is going to stop wars.
Okay.
And every marriage will be happy in the world.
Okay.
So just want to throw that out there. Of course, the book hasn't really made it to shelves yet.
Right.
I'm still doing some research and writing it, but those are things that you said to me, that if I published this book, that's what would happen. Wars would end.
The world would be a better place.
Yeah, is that what you said?
Yeah, I said it would end all, like, violence.
Mm-hmm. See, you're afraid as to what I'm going to say next. Because you're like, I don't know how much of this I want to admit to. But it did happen. And we'll get more into the book later in the future. But, yeah, I'm kind of a big deal now. Mm-hmm. Even though I haven't written the book yet, but it's coming.
Right.
And I'm a big deal, so that's what's up. So, I'm also feeling a little weird tonight, too. I don't know if you're listening at home or in the car or in the shower or whatever. I said car weird. But you probably can't even tell the difference. You're like, no, Corey, you're still just rambling on. But no, I'm doing the show fully clothed.
That's true.
And like,
wow.
I have my socks on even. Like, that's weird.
That's very rare.
Mm-hmm. Usually I'm in the 217 Recovery Studio. Not naked. I wouldn't do that, but bare minimal.
No, and if for anybody who ever does a Zoom meeting with him, he might appear to be fully clothed, but that just means he has a shirt on.
Mm-hmm. Ask me to get up.
Right, yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'll turn my camera off.
Exactly.
Did you hear they let that one dude who was a news anchor, was it for CNN or something? He used to write for the New York Times or something, but they had a Zoom meeting. And you're going to have to Google all this because I don't remember any of it, sort of. But no, they're at a Zoom meeting, and they're like, all right, let's take 15. Well, he left his camera on and just started going to town on himself.
What?
In that way.
No.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. CNN news anchor?
Yeah, you want me to pause or just look it up on my phone right quick?
No, I'll look it up on my phone.
All right, do it.
You keep talking.
You get the viruses. But no, yeah.
The weird stuff popping up on your phone now.
And they canned him.
Well.
And now they're letting him back. And it was a very awkward interview because he came back on like the Today Show or something like that. And they were talking to him about it. And they're like, well, let's get the awkwardness out of the air, you know. And they're like, what were you thinking? And he was like, I didn't realize it was on. And I made a horrible mistake. And I'm such a bad person. Is he really a bad person? If he did it on purpose, then yeah, that's a little weird. He should probably be talked to. But I mean, it's something that everybody does.
Right. Well, I mean, in his defense, so I'm assuming then, okay, so this was at a point where they had been doing their interview everything from home.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was a regular thing for him he probably always did it with just like in his boxers.
Probably.
And then, I mean, I don't know.
But
that's difficult because, obviously it was not intentional. It's not like he was. I mean, how embarrassing is that?
Mm-hmm.
It says reinstated at CNN. Jeffrey Toobin was his name. Returns to CNN after self-exposure is one title. The other one's a little bit more detailed.
Do they have the video?
I would no, honey. I imagine they would not have that on there.
Now that would cause.
But he apologized, you know, or what have you?
Should apologize to him. Like, why couldn't they just keep that a secret? Why would they have to tell everybody?
Well, it says that he calls his Zoom incident moronic.
Is it? He was just feeling it.
Yeah, and he was caught. What was he reporting about? That's the question.
I think it was like an interview or like a. I don't think it was on TV. I think it was just like a Zoom meeting or something.
Oh, well, he was speaking with the anchor, Allison Camerota. And then he and Camerota discussed the news of the day.
Okay, so he was on.
Yeah.
Obviously, they didn't stay live with him. But the producers are probably like, oh.
Yeah.
What's that chick's name? Is she hot or something?
Her name is Allison Camerota.
I'm too lazy to look it up.
All right. Well, it reminds me of that one movie we watched with... Go
away, I'm baiting.
No.
Not that one.
No. Oh, my gosh. I'm going to think of it. It's the guy from... he's in Knocked Up. He's in a million movies.
40-Year-Old Virgin?
No. Curly hair.
Oh, Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen and one chick, and she's running to be, she was Secretary of State, and she's the first woman president.
Yeah.
Frontline or something.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah,
sort of.
They're dating, and then he's on webcam, and they're trying to get dirt on him, and so then he has to apologize, or she has to apologize, rather.
But why did they even make this public, though? They could have been like, look, bro, Jeff, step down.
Right, because it was never aired, right?
Right.
It was never on the news. It was just, why did they have to?
Yeah, they should apologize to his ass. Because everybody does
it's
it.
Like slander.
Yeah, everybody does it, though. Like, why would they have to? Well, here's why we fired Jeffrey today. See, somebody at the place hated him.
Well, HR, who knows?
What? Hey, it's an accident.
Yeah,
I'd be like, what, you don't masturbate?
Well, that's probably why they let him back.
Like, everybody does it.
Yeah.
Like, everybody does it. Or wait, what's that George Michael song? Not everybody does it, but everybody should. Wait till you read my book. Anyway. So, yeah, that would make me relapse. Like, for real. I wouldn't know how to handle that situation.
Well, now he's circling back, and they're making him talk about how he needs to be a better person.
Oh, Jesus, man. For real?
Yeah.
I'm going to write CNN a letter.
He says he's working to be a better person.
A better person? What? You had a little slip. If, like I said, if he did it on purpose, that's one thing.
Right.
Feels like, hey, producer lady, you want to see something? Watch this. Yeah. But they wouldn't let him back if you'd have done that.
Yeah.
Better person. Yeah, I heard some of that interview, and he was saying that same crap, which I doubt he means any of it. He's just like, man, I'm doing whatever I got to do to to save my job, and people maybe one day will forget about it. Kind of like Kurt Lauder. Wait, is that his name? No, that's the MTV guy. Who's the dude that Matt Lauer? He was on, like, he was like the ball guy, kind of.
Is that his real name?
Matt Lauer? I think so. He was on one of the news shows. Person. Anyway, but yeah, he was the Me Too guy, and he just kind of vanished. But he was making like hella money, so he was just gonna go live in the mountains somewhere in one of his houses. But like this guy apparently didn't have that kind of money, so he had to come back. I don't know if I would do it. I would probably just work at Subway. I'd be like, you know what? I'm cool on that. Well,
just to let you know, don't worry, because he added that in his efforts to be a better person, he is, these are quotes,
donating to recovery,
trying to be a better person by going to therapy, volunteering at a food bank.
Yeah, why him making your food? Hey,
well, no, I mean,
Jeff, wash your hands when you come out of that bathroom. We just had a hot chick come through here.
You need to do some community service. Because you doing this thing that everybody in the world does.
Well, that's probably his publicist or his agent saying that. Yeah. They're probably like, you need to get out there, Jeff.
Yeah.
Do some good in the community. Your time off. So, hey, I'm Jeff. I'm here to do community service. I'm just trying to help out.
Basically, it's like apologize to the world. And,
you're the guy that got caught beating off camera. Poor guy. Poor guy. See, and you thought your life was tough. Well, it's not. Look, you could be Jeffrey. You're not. Yeah, see? You're lucky. So, anyway, I'm wearing clothes, though.
Yeah.
So, and I've never done that on the podcast either.
I would hope not.
A whole lot of people right back. I don't know. Getting pretty excited about the recovery zone, though. I was messaging with Jewel today. She's the organizer. She's the head of the Recovery Zone, which is a 501c3 nonprofit like us. And they're based out of Paw Paw, Michigan. And they have like a center. They do meetings. They do all kinds of stuff. If you're in the Kalamazoo area or Southwest Michigan, get in your car and drive there sometime. Check it out. Go to a meeting. Hit them up. See what they're doing. But the rally is coming up on the 24th, and it's in Paw Paw, which is a cool little city. It's, if you've ever been there before. Have you ever been there before?
I've never been.
If you drive through it on the back way, which is Red Arrow, it's kind of cool. They got the older type buildings up, and it's bigger than Coloma, which I know you've been to. That's where my hometown is. But it kind of has that same homey feel. And then like just a hop, skip, and a jump away is Kalamazoo. And there's some things to do there for people. But yeah. I'm looking forward to it. And I asked her to send me like a map of like where everybody's going to be laid out set up. Because I want to talk like, well, who are we going to be next to, And then if we're next to somebody who sucks, I can be like, hey man, don't put us next to them. Why are we next to the police?
Well, I'm super excited because I've never been to an event like that.
A recovery event?
No, I never. And not to like not a conference type deal like that. Or rally get together.
I think it's more of a party than a conference.
But I mean, like, like-minded people, kind of, and the energy and the positivity.
Yeah, and since the UFAM rally, I don't know, maybe it happened. I don't know. There's only so many times you can reach out to someone, and then you're like, all right, man, done. Tell me about it, then that's fine. But then I saw some stuff about that. They like piggybacked it onto something else. I don't know what they're doing, but it didn't happen. If you think you went, you didn't. So this is like in my opinion, the major recovery rally in Michigan this year. And people from all over the state are going to be there. The people from up here are going to be there. People from downstate going to be there.
You should be there.
Yeah. If you're not doing anything, 24th, if you're in Michigan, around the area, or you want to fly in, Kalamazoo has an airport. There you go. But it'll be fun. There's a bouncy house. I can't wait to get in that.
Are you going to?
No.
Nice. What? That was quick.
I know. They probably wouldn't let me.
I bet you they would.
No. Probably too fat.
No, I bet you they would.
Well, probably not too fat, just the weight of my body.
So are we gonna do podcasts from there?
Yeah.
Like from the actual at the rally?
Yeah, I told Mike Zandarsky.
Whoa.
Probably murdering that name. But I told Michael he's from Muskegon, I told him to show up because he said he was waiting. I thought he was waiting on a hat, but he kind of was, but he's kind of not. He's kind of waiting because he wants to come on and tell a story about how he went from just the depths of despair, like you and I, maybe even further, who knows. But now he's got a company going and he's doing well, kind of like us. You know, he's one of those success stories, you know, to let other people know that, look, just because you're struggling right now, you know, I had a friend reach out to me and she's going through it. And I said, maybe change the scenery.
Yeah.
You know, and she's like, but I witnessed, you know, I saw you when you were effed up and now you're this awesome thing, you know. And I was like, well, it's pretty awesome then too, but but no, like that's his kind of story too, you know. And the more people realize that it doesn't just happen to Corey, it doesn't just happen to Marney, it doesn't just happen to Matt, it doesn't just happen to Jeff, it doesn't happen to Lance, it doesn't just happen to, you know, these people, it happens to a lot of people. And I don't like to use the term hard work because I don't like work. But it takes some committing to.
Oh, gosh, absolutely.
To change your life around and to live a different lifestyle. And it's just something you got to prepare yourself for and say, whatever, you know, at the end of the day, if I'm not drinking, if I'm not using drugs, it's worth it.
Yeah.
You know, you'll have times where you think about it. I still do. But it's a lot easier to go, well, wait, hold on. Look what I have. Look what, and I'm not talking about like material things. I'm talking about what do I have spiritually? What do I have romantically? You know, what do I, my cat is awesome. I say that a lot, but she is, you know, she loves me now. I have a relationship with my family. You know, those are the things I have. I can wake up every morning and not feel like I want to die. I feel like I want to live. And what crazy stuff can I do today?
Right.
And it's just so much better. Really, it is. So believe me, the promises, read them. I've said that a million times. They're true. And Michael, hopefully he comes out and hopefully, you know, he takes me up on the invitation. See, now I should put it on him. It's on Michael.
There you go.
Michael's going to be on the podcast on July 24th. I should make a flyer, like really promote it up for him. Then he doesn't show up. I'm like,
No, it's got to be on his timetable.
Oh, it's on my timetable. Like Tyrone would say, it's on Corey time. Like you don't really not sure what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You're on Corey time.
No, but I mean, I agree because I feel like the way I view it is every day I have to, when I wake up, I have to renew my commitment to how I live my life today. And that's without the use of drugs or alcohol. And, yeah, some days are easier than others. But, you know, for the most part, everything's good. So, and another thing that's interesting is we were doing a little shopping today at Costco and, just, you know, grocery shopping, what have you. And I was around the store, so I don't know where you were. And I ran into my old supervisor, which was awesome. Totally out of the blue, whatever. We had a nice chat. She's awesome. She's doing well now. And it occurred to me how whenever I was in public, when I was using and I was in my active addiction, whenever I was in public, I was always nervous if I was going to see somebody that I knew. Like I would duck and hide if I ran across somebody that I knew because I knew I was in bad shape. And if I was in decent shape, maybe enough to have a conversation, I was afraid to be too close. Do I smell like alcohol? You know, do I look like I just rolled out of bed? Am I, you know, barely standing up? What am I buying? What's in my cart? You know, that whole thing. And that was one little tiny stitch in time where I was once again just grateful for where I am today. You know, little things like that. You know, I just went in, gave her a hug. You know, didn't have to worry about, do I smell like booze? Because, I mean, so many years was that.
Yeah, and all the regrets.
Yeah.
From, I shouldn't have said that. Or, man, I just totally just stopped showing up, you know, until I promised him in the interview that it was going to be different this time or whatever.
How many chances did they give me? And here I am.
Yeah, let's go the other way real quick.
Yeah. No, that's what I would have done. Mm-hmm. And I don't have to live that way anymore.
And she doesn't listen to the podcast, so let's rate her on a boss scale.
On a supervisor scale?
Mm-hmm.
Of all the bosses I've had in my life?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's up there. She's a 9.
Whoa. Mm-hmm. Nice. Good for her. Let's give it up.
And part of it is giving myself credit, because in the position that I have now, where I am, takes very, very little supervision in terms of, the higher ups.
Man.
I know. So it's a little kind of bit of bragging, but it's not really. I mean, it's just how the job is structured. So, but yeah, she trusted me, which is another thing that never happened from my bosses before, and, I think she had enough faith in the fact of that, I know what I'm doing in my job, that I would try to make the best decisions possible. 'Cause in my position, there sometimes is no right or wrong, answer to how situations should be handled. Mm-hmm. There's no black and white, which is super common in addiction and in early recovery, in terms of what's the best thing for an individual and for other individuals around that individual. So, but that being said, she's always entrusted me, with the decisions that I made, and was there for me if I needed her to process or, get advice about stuff or direction. So
I don't think she listens, though.
I know. Isn't that sad? I just said all that nice stuff.
I know. I was like, wow, like, she doesn't work there anymore. Like, now your new boss who might listen.
No, my new boss is equally awesome. I'm talking about.
Well, the new boss has to be at least a 9.1 then.
Why?
Because trust me, the new boss doesn't want to be the same as the old boss. Have you heard that Who song?
No. Well, the thing is they both were busy in the positions that they have. So.
Yeah. Well.
No, my new supervisor is amazing too.
Yeah, she's not good at emailing me back, but she gets me paid. So,
well,
I mean, that's at the end of the day.
Man.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I see the look that you're giving me now. Like, I was just kidding around. But she knows she hasn't emailed me. Oh. If she listens.
She might not even think it was emailable, worthy.
Hey, my name's Corey. I know I met you, but I'm just reaching out to say hello and introduce myself.
I don't know. Maybe
I guess maybe that wasn't I don't
know. She already knew you, though.
I know, but
you had seen her 3 times since.
Yeah, but not in the capacity of, hey, you're going to be my point person.
Oh.
That's okay. That's okay.
Maybe it just was he's a smart guy. He'll know that was just more of just so you know, you're my point person.
That's okay. It's her loss. No, it's cool that you can get along with bosses, and you're right. When you run into them in the store, and you don't have to. Oh no, what do I smell? Oh gosh, yeah. I remember those feelings before, and if you're from a small town or maybe a big city, but you all live in the same area, you run into people. And it could be a high school teacher, it could be a preacher, somebody from school. Who knows? But you're always kind of on the lookout, and you're always kind of running, and you'll go out of your way to go to stores that you normally don't even go to. Mm-hmm. And the way God plans it, you still run into those people anyway.
Right.
God would always do that to me.
Yeah.
Like, damn, how's that guy way out here? Like, are you kidding me? I just want to get my bottle on, get back home, stop these shakes. Mm-hmm. God, I don't want to see. I'm so thankful I don't have to live that way anymore.
Yeah.
That was the worst. We saw a dude at the store the other day. I'm not going to mention what store or even what kind of business it was, but I remember shaking that way.
Oh gosh. And the thing is, we didn't even talk about it at the time, but I brought it up. I don't even know why I brought it up days after that. And yeah, you're I was thinking that same thing. Mm-hmm. I feel bad for him.
Yeah. I wanted to just be like, look, buddy, we can not end this, but we can help you get over this where you don't have to live your life that way, man. God, I'm just so thankful. You know, it was hell. It was hell. Not going to lie. Mm-hmm. But I put myself there, and I was the only one that could pull myself out of it. At the end of the day, you know, I hear so many people like, well, why don't they help me? I need this from Zoom. No, you need to do it yourself. You know, there's a lot of people have codependency issues and don't even realize it. And until they do, it's really hard for them to even move forward. But to depend on somebody else or somebody else's feelings to get you through something, or to gain, like, to feel a sense of purpose because someone else talks to you, or because somebody's your friend, you know, like, yeah, friends are cool, but at the end of the day, you got you.
Yeah.
You know, people have said it all over the earth for millions of years. You come into the world alone and you leave it alone. Doesn't have to be that way. During life, you know, you can have relationships with people, but I can't go into a place and be like, oh, everybody here hates me, so I'm going to go run and hide, or it's their fault because they don't talk to me. Mm-hmm. Well, they didn't help me. They needed to help me. They started talking about something and they never let me finish it. Now I'm just stuck here in my own head. Well, what can you do about that? Mm-hmm. You have to figure that out. What can you do about it? You know, you have to accept that the world is the way it is. We can't all live in Corey's world. I tried.
I've tried.
But we can't all do that. It's a scary
place.
And so I, for my own sanity and for my own recovery, accepted that I'm not going to change everything in the world. As much as I still believe things need to be changed, in some things, I can't do nothing about it. Unless those things I can do something about, I can do something about. Okay, well then what can I do? You know, it's like the rides thing. You know, we started that, and what can I do about the situation? Okay, here's a need. Here's clearly a need. Everybody knows it is. Mm-hmm. Well, what can I do about it? I can sit around and bitch that it's not happening, or I can do it. Mm-hmm. Boom. Done. Okay, what's next? You know, what are the things that I can change and I can fix in the world? But first, it all starts with myself. I gotta accept that, and then slowly build into someone who is confident in himself, and can go after those dreams and those things that I used to think were impossible. I know how to start a business, but I learned it. Mm-hmm. I learned it real good. Mm-hmm. You know, and if I can do it, man, anybody can do it. And Jewel from the Recovery Zone, she'll tell you the same thing. You know, if you go back and listen to the podcast she was on before, she said the same thing. She's like, I'm just, you know, a woman, and unless she didn't say she was just a woman, but she was just like, I was just on drugs and all this. I went from that to this. I don't want to quote her by saying like, I was just white trash, because I don't think she said that. And I'm not calling Jewel white trash. I'm just saying, I don't want to say that because I don't want to quote her. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah.
Anyway, she came from a bad place, and look at her now. Is what it is.
Yes. Thank you. That's what I said. Mm-hmm. But differently.
I did say that to you today. I say that to you all the time, how proud I am of you. And that your passion and your commitment to 217 has made it what it is.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people made it what it is, but yeah, I didn't give up. Mm-hmm. Lots of doors slammed in my face.
Lots. And they continue to slam from time to time.
Yeah, I'm like, don't you know who I am?
But I'm just like, keep your head up. We can do this. Yeah.
Got a book that's coming out someday. And change the world. Uh-huh. Better email me back. Just saying, that was not a shot to your boss. I'm just, I know. Kind of maybe, but not really.
He gets really hurted when people don't. If Corey Winfield ever emails any of you and you don't email him back, he will hold a grudge against you for life.
Man.
Well,
it's true.
For the rest of your life, probably. I'll forgive you one day. No, but for real, email me back. There's a reason I'm emailing you.
Right. No, I know. That's what I'm saying. He's serious. He's so serious right now.
Yeah. And I forgot to mention this in the last episode. I'm hoping I can say this. I'm not being petty. I'm just trying to save people money. Don't ever buy an LG TV. Thank you.
Enough said.
Yep.
Just leave it at that. Trust me, we don't want to get into it.
But trust me, when the technician says, yeah, I know it sucks. That's the way the TV's made. Can't do anything about it. And then he sends me a text and it's like, yeah, man, I tried. I told them, they know the TV sucks. They just don't care. So there you go. Stay away from LG. That's my public service announcement.
Yeah, but that was a very good recap for about weeks.
Cliff notes.
Months of agony of communication between LG and himself. But that was good. I like that version better.
Don't want to get fired up. I got stuff to do tonight.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, if you want a free shirt, there's a contest going on. Mm-hmm. It's at 217recovery.com. And you're not going to win necessarily the shirt that you see in the picture. We have other shirts. Mm-hmm. Different sizes. You pick the size. We'll ship it out if you are the winner of the contest on our website. Resources, website. You got the app yet? It's pretty cool. You get your readings. If you're an AA, you got the daily readings up there. Reflections. It's pretty convenient. And then the podcast, you can go through and listen to some of the older ones. Still working on uploading the ones from 2020 and 2019, but
it's coming along.
Yeah, it gets you started. And it's kind of interesting too, because you can go back like in 2019 when I had just got out of treatment, when we first started in April. Those were the first podcast. The first podcast I was on myself. I didn't even realize that until I went back and listened, and I was like, whoa. And just to hear the things that I was talking about and the things that I wanted, and you can just listen to it all progress. It's pretty insane.
It's cool.
But yeah, so do that. Check it out. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out. Marney at 217recovery.com and Corey, Corey, at 217recovery.com. Hit us up on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter as well at 217recovery. YouTube, we've been sharing those. Get your buddies to like us and subscribe to us or do whatever you need to do, and then rate us in the App Store too.
It helps.
Mm-hmm. But thanks for the love, and I will talk to you. Oh, you got your replay coming up tomorrow. Do you know what episode you're doing?
I have an idea. Oh, I had made some notes on a couple, yeah.
It was going to be funny, sad. Am I going to cry?
I can't remember. I had written them down last week, so.
Okay, and just a backstory behind this real quick. The reason why you kind of started doing the replay, well, a couple of reasons. We're up to, over 500 supposedly episodes now. And it's hard for people when they just found out about us, to go back and go, oh my God, it looks overwhelming. Like you're supposed to go back and listen to all these episodes. Which one's good? Some are really good. Some are really funny. It's just like, they're all over the place, really.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the way we do things, but it's hard for somebody to pick that out. And sometimes treatment centers will want to play our stuff, and you're like, oh, I want to give them the right ones to play, because if they pick the wrong one.
Right. I mean, like if you just randomly selected like 10 episodes out of just our collection, like out of the history, just random, right? 10. I mean, the chances of there being like good, solid, like treatment center type material from the beginning to the end are very, very small. But that being said, we always somehow in whatever kind of way end up talking about, how being clean and sober and, how early recovery has affected us and how we've done. And, we always circle back to that at some point.
Mm-hmm. I remember one that I did. It was Chris and Ryan. And I think we talked about Jesus or the Bible or time travel. Something for like 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, no, it was longer. I remember that. And then at some point, somebody's like, wait, are we going to talk about recovery today at all?
Yeah. I was like, oh, yeah, we should get to that. But, yeah. I mean, that's the kind of thing. But, we're having fun with it, and we're having fun in recovery. So if you don't want to listen, you don't have to. And obviously, if you're listening right now, you appreciate the humor and stuff.
Because essentially, if you break it down, this is talking kind of in a way, talking recovery, when you just have conversations that are healthy and good and funny. And, it's like, this is us in recovery. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they're funny. Sometimes they're embarrassing. Sometimes it makes no sense at all. But, yeah.
So that's where the replay came from. So just a little backstory on that. So that will be a new featured past episode, and that'll be tomorrow. So listen to that, and we will talk to you on Tuesday.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the 217 Recovery Podcast. Listen on the 217 Recovery app. Download the app and rate us in your app store.